Welcome to Management TV. Today we are with Professor Muhammad Yunus, Nobel Prize winner for Peace. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
We want to share your story, your ideas throughout Latin America and the world. Why don't you tell us how you started when, being a professor of economics, all of a sudden you said, can't I do something about poverty?
Well, it's basically out of the frustrations. You hope things will be better, it's not better. You hope things will change, it's not changing. It's getting worse. I was at the situation where we had a famine around me and people are starving. There's no food for them. And here you teach elegant theories of economics in the classroom, telling beautiful things can happen. But outside the classroom, it's the worst kind of thing that's happening. So you feel empty. Your knowledge, your ideas have no use for these dying people. So I wanted to see, forgetting about all those beautiful theories, as a person, as a human being, if I can be of some help to somebody in the village next door to the university campus.
And what did you do?
So I went there. I decided to spend time every day going around to see if I can make myself useful to one person, even for a day. So my ambition was very, very small, nothing big. And I did a lot of things, and I saw in the process how people were being tortured by the loan sharks.
Okay.
So I wanted to know more about loan sharks, how they do it, how can they take control of people's lives by lending a small amount of money. When I made the list, there were 42 names on the list. Total money they borrowed was $27. I couldn't believe that people can suffer so much for such a small amount of money. So one idea came, I can solve this problem, it's easy. If I give $27 to all these 42 people, they can return the money to the loan sharks and they will be free. And the loan sharks cannot squeeze them anymore. And I was very happy that I can do that. So I went ahead and did that. And people were very happy. They didn't expect such a thing to happen. Then I realized if you can make so many people so happy with such a small amount of money, why shouldn't you do more of it? So I wanted to do more of it. That's the thing that which led me to the bank and to get the answer that it cannot be done. Bank cannot do it. It's not the job of the bank to lend money to the poor people. And I wouldn't give up. I said, it is the job of the bank to lend money. So must be able to get this money from the bank. Ultimately, after several months of trying, finally I came up with an idea that why don't you accept me as a guarantor? I sign all your papers, you save all your rules, and people get the money. And finally, they accepted that. And that's how it began. And I was signing papers, taking the risk, which bank will not like to take, and take the money from the bank and give it to people.
To the poor?
To the poor people in the village.
What is poor? How do you apply?
Poor is someone who doesn't have the basic necessities of life. For example, when we say poor person, we have a sort of checklist. If a family has any furniture inside the house, then he's not a poor person. Any tiny bit of furniture. Wow. So a poor person is someone who lives in a house which has no furniture. And it's one room, leaky roof, no water. And when the rain comes, it's all mud. And you live there, you raise your children, you have one or two pieces of clothing for yourself. And you have a couple of pots and pans to cook whatever you cook. So this is a kind of basic description of a poor person. So if it is beyond that, we said you can wait. Our focus is on the poorest person. Let's go and do that.
And quickly you also focused on women. Why?
Yes, because I was complaining against the conventional banks. They reject women. I was pointing out that 99% of the borrowers in the conventional banks are men in Bangladesh. What happened to women? Why don't you lend money to women? Their systems are male-oriented. So the women are rejected. So when I began, I wanted to make sure half the borrowers in our program are women.